How's it going? Wanted to give you a little list of things you should know about some of the tax write-offs that are available for rental properties. And before we get to like the list of the write-offs, I want to tell you about this. If you're, this is this past year, not this coming year, you need to look into this stuff. And if it's your first year with an LLC, LLC and income taxes are not due at the same time. On an LLC, the taxes are due earlier. This past year, the LLC uh, taxes were due by the 15th. Not so much paying them by the 15th, but you have to have them filed by the 15th of April. I'm sorry. Have to have them filed by the 15th of April this past year, which was, I don't know, the 2019 taxes, so it was in 2020. So, yeah, but they were April 15th, whereas your income taxes, you have to have them filed by the May 15th. So you had a little month of grace period between income and LLC. Nobody told me this. So my LLC, we had to get an extension on those taxes because I had no idea. I'd never had an LLC before. I don't know anybody who does, except for like my boss, and he didn't mention it to me. Thanks. Nah, I ain't mad about that, but it's just to keep you out of trouble a little bit, and just know that they are due at different times. So check into that every year. Figure out when your LLC taxes are due, and it might save you a little heartache, which you might have to take a couple trips to the tax office, which would have been kind of rough on me this past year because my tax office was a pretty good drive. We're switching tax. I don't even know what people who do taxes are called. Accountants, I guess. I don't know. We're switching this coming year, so it'll be somebody a little bit closer and hopefully more rental property orientated. I kind of feel like I got screwed on some of my deductions this past year, and I'm hoping we can do a little bit better, with somebody different. But anyway, a list of things that you could write off is interest, which more than likely this will be the biggest write-off that you have. That's interest on any rental property loans. And when you first start the loan off, of course, you're going to be paying more interest than you will, 20, 30 years from now. But in the beginning, it's going to be just a massive amount of write-off, which is kind of neat because if you have that much of a write-off, then what are you really even paying for? Let's see. Depreciation would be the second thing on the list. I wrote a list down here, and depreciation, you can write off 3.636% for 27 and a half years. Now this is on the building only. It's not, you can only depreciate the building, you cannot depreciate the land, and the reason being is nobody's going to use up the land. I mean, the land will always be there, so it's not going to depreciate in value. That's for certain, because I think they quit making it. Repairs gets a little funny because there are repairs, and then there's I forget what the other one's called, maybe upgrades. I'm not real sure, but it's like it really has nothing to do with what you're doing. It's all about the price. So it's like $2,000 cutoff or something like that. I think it's $2,000. Anything under $2,000 is considered to be a repair. Anything above $2,000 is considered to be an upgrade or something like that, is the way I understand it. But like if you're repainting, you're putting new gutters up, floors need a little work to them, refinishing or whatever. If you got leaky pipes and you're fixing the broken windows. Now, broken windows, this is really weird because let me get my hands out of my face. I had a broken window on one of my rental properties. Actually, I'd done a video on that window, but I replaced the window, and in my opinion, it was an upgrade because the window got broken. I wasn't doing it to upgrade the house, but the window did get broken, so I wanted to repair the window. The new window I put in, way nicer than the one that was in there originally. It's a big bay window, It was single pane was what got broken, and then I replaced it with double pane. Eventually, I'd like to replace all the windows with double pane, but if they don't get broke, I ain't replacing them. But anyway, so I got to write that off, and it's like I say, it gets a little weird. Personal property. All right, so stove, refrigerator. All the houses I rent out comes with a stove and a refrigerator. Washer and dryer, you can write off a washer and dryer. Now, here's something to think about. Something I wish I'd have thought about. If your house has, your house has a stove, your house has a refrigerator, and that's kind of standard, Not necessarily standard. I'm sure there's some people out there that don't put a stove and a refrigerator in their rental properties, but for me, that's standard. And for this area, for the area that I rent in, it's kind of standard that a rental property has to come with a washer and a stove. A refrigerator and a stove. Washer and dryer, however, very few of them come with those. Well, you can write off the price of the washer and the dryer as long as, and stove and refrigerator, they have to be less than $2,000. You can write them all off that first year. Why not put the washer and the dryer in there? You get to write it off your taxes anyway. Most of the rentals in this area doesn't have a washer and dryer. I can increase the rent, maybe not even enough to really pay for the washer and dryer, maybe 2-3 years, but at the same time, if I can increase it a little bit because the house has a washer and dryer and I'm writing the washer and dryer off, so in my mind it's kind of free, just something to think about. I think I might start trying to do that in future rentals. My next rental, it's coming with a washer and dryer, so of course that's going to have one in it, but just something to think about. Let's see. Travel. I can't give you a great amount of information about travel because, like, if you're doing rentals in another state and you're flying to them, I'm not real sure how that works. All of my rentals I can get to any of them in 20 minutes. Just hop in a truck and I'm there in 20 minutes. But if you're traveling, keep up with your miles. I hadn't been keeping up with my miles. I need to get better at that. But let's see. Traveling to your rental property to work on a complaint, make a repair if you're doing repairs yourself. If you're doing the repairs yourself, after you go to the rental property, you see what you need to get, then you got to go to the hardware store, keep up with those miles. And it changes yearly. I didn't know this, but every year the amount the IRS will grant you, it changes. In 2020, this year, they pay you 57.5 cents per mile. Is what they'll allow you to write off. Most time, like I said, I hadn't been keeping up with it, but I'm actually trying to get more into. They'll call, for example, they call, hey, we're having problems with air conditioner, water, whatever. I'm not trying to travel out there. I'm trying to call somebody and they go out there and fix it. I call my HVAC guy. He's actually going to a house this afternoon to look at an air conditioning. Or like I got one house out in the country that has a well. They had well issues. I call my plumber. A plumber went out there, fixed everything up, sends me a bill. And I'll get more into that in a minute. But I'm not trying to spend my time repairing stuff. I have the knowledge. I can do a lot of that stuff myself. But I'm not trying to spend my time. I didn't want to buy a job. I wanted passive income, and I wanted to be as passive as possible. Home office. There's 2 different ways you can do that. I'm going to go over the simplified, which is actually what it's called by the IRS, the simplified version of the home office, which is you have a home office. It has to be 300 square feet or less. And for this, the simplified thing is that you can deduct $5 I'm from the South. $5 per square foot up to a maximum of $1,500. So that's That's the simplified version of it. I don't have one. I intend on building one this year. Now, with that, it can only be an office for your business. You can't just, if I do my work on the kitchen table, I can't claim the kitchen dining room. If I'm doing the work on the dining room table, I can't claim the whole dining room because we eat there. And if you eat there, then it's not dedicated to being your home office. So wherever your home office is, it has to be dedicated to being your home office and nothing else. So just keep that in mind. I'm actually going to turn our sunroom into a dedicated home office to where that's where our business is done. We use that regularly to conduct our business, and that'll be the only use of that sunroom is for the business. I wrote a list of all the things I'm not good for remembering stuff like this. Employees. Now, if you had something big like a 300 unit apartment complex, yeah, you probably have a maintenance guy out there, etc. Small time, you ain't gonna have a maintenance guy. You'll have contractors, like I said before, the HVAC guy, your plumber. You might have an electrician, and they're, you give them a call. Hey, I'm having a problem with the toilet, whatever. They go out there, they fix it. They send you a bill. You can write the bill off. Now, going back to what I was saying earlier about me not wanting to spend my time fixing stuff. If I went out there and fixed it myself, I could not write my time off. You call somebody, they go out there and fix it, you can write their time off. I think it has something to do with an Employees Act or something. I'm not 100% sure on that one, but yeah, it's a write-off. You call your electrician, you call your plumber, you call your HVAC guy, and you get a bill. It's not great. Oh no, I got a bill, but at the same time, it's not like it's really costing you anything. You're going to take it out of your rent. You're prepared for this anyway. Write it off. It's at that point, what do you care about your mileage? You're not going anywhere, So the only thing you're doing is saving yourself time. And remember, you didn't get in this because you wanted a job. You had a job, or you had one when you started. The whole point of this was to not have a job, or you weren't trying to buy yourself a job. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. And then insurance. Fire, theft, flood insurance, all that. You can write all that off. I honestly wish you could get vacancy insurance on a rental property. That would be awesome. Oh no, my tenant left. Now I have to pay these bills, and then the vacancy insurance comes in, and they keep paying the rent for a few months until you find another tenant. If they made that, oh yeah, I'd buy that. I'd buy that in a heartbeat. But yeah, you got all this insurance on here. Write your insurance off. Office supplies, going back to the home office thing, office supplies with paper, printers. I'm not sure about computers, but paper, printers, ink pens, pencils, that sort of thing. Write all that off. And anyway, I hope this was helpful. Please like, subscribe, and share. I will talk to y'all later.